Which quarterback's path to road to winning the Super Bowl as a backer was more impressive, Jeff Hostetler or Nick Foles? Oh boy, this is a real good question. Now, obviously, Hostetler with the New York Giants when he fielded them for Phil Simms against the Buffalo Bills in one of the greatest Super Bowls ever. Depends on who you ask. The way it ended, 20-19. You talk about an out of body moment and a once in a lifetime. One of those things that is just as strange can be. Hostetler played out of his mind. I still remember that safety in that game, and he held on to the ball when Bruce Smith sacked him. He was built tough. It was almost like destiny. It's almost like if you could take that, you could take, he showed a lot of endurance. I know. He was a third tier quarterback at best, but that for one night, he was tough. He was as tough as they come. I had to give it to him. I didn't want to, still don't, because it's always the painful reality about in sports. And when some people win championships that you think of, they're not Hall of Fame, where they're not even like people that you do, but they win. They came up big, and it's like you can't take it away. You want to. You really want to. You really want to downplay it. You really want to say, oh, man, um, um, you want to, but you can't. But you deep down, you want to. It's one of those situations that you really want to sit there and give it more, but you can't because you gotta you gotta use common sense with it. So it's kind of like, I have to kind of give it a nod. But anyway, he played out of his mind that game, but there really wasn't much memorable else with his career. You know, uh, he ended up going to the Philadelphia Eagles, and then pretty much that was it. But that for that moment in time, he was money. And it's like the adage in professional sports: next man up. You get paid to be a professional. It's not about you got to do your job. He came up big. Belichick called a great defensive game. They slowed the Bills down. They kept enough going. So you got to tip your cat. He pulled it off. Now we get to Nick Foles. What a story that was, that postseason run, because Carson Wentz got hurt just like if Phil Simms got hurt for the Giants. And Carson Wentz looked like an MVP candidate, etc., etc. Well, then lo and behold, they went on, played New England in a crazy game. Crazy game. That was like an NBA game. That was like watching a Golden State Warriors basketball game. I mean, they would put up Tom Brady through for crazy numbers, just like Jim Kelly had a great game. Thurman Thomas had a great game for the Bills. Statistics. But it always like